Welcome. I'm your host, Kim Coco, and I'm here with Bobby G, who is channeling the Gregory Continuum. In the following conversations, we'll discuss the numerous aspects of abundance, prosperity, and personal alignment. So sit back, relax, and allow the insights of this dialogue to magnify your capacity to open to the infinite abundance that is all around you now.
Well, good morning, my friends. We would like to start with our 3 cleansing breaths. Feet on the floor, hands facing up in the lap. Breathing in 1. Hold and breathe out. Breathing in 2. Hold and breathe out. Breathing in 3. Hold and breathe out.
Okay, so today I'd like to build on the concepts of abundance that we talked about last week, or 2 weeks ago already. And last week, or when we talked, Gregory described abundance as the ongoing change that we are experiencing in our lives. It's that sense of evolvement. And my first question is, what is the difference between abundance in that broader definition and the financial abundance that people are so often seeking?
In reality, there is no difference. It's just that what the human mind tries to do is to narrow its focus to understand, for it's easier for the mind to have minute focus. And first off, a lot of this is in your society and in the current growth challenge that humanity is going into. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. The current challenge, growth that humanity is in right now is they're understanding abundance through the concept of dollars. They're understanding how to manifest because they can see dollars increase. They can see it going from being a widget to an idea. And it gives something for the mind to play with. The next level jump for humanity is going to be to expand the concept of abundance in the terms that they're talking about Think and Grow Rich, to incorporate matters of the heart, matters of abundance of friends, abundance of resources, abundance of love, abundance of ability to connect, abundance of capacity to grow, abundance of willingness to live on the edge where you let go of the security of the finances and move into the flow of creation. When a star is born, the universe doesn't worry about how much money it's going to make. When a tree is developing fruit, it doesn't try to figure how much fruit for how many people. It just does it because that's the energy that is needed for creation. And if you were to think outside the box of what people have put the Think and Grow Rich and the science of getting rich concepts, if you could think outside the box, then you would begin to realize that abundance is where the universe comes from. It comes from growing and moving and creating simply because that's what's appropriate. That's what feels good. That's where the juice of existence is. And those are really, really big thoughts for a lot of human beings. And their concept is based on what do I need to feel secure in my world? How can I create abundance so I feel secure? And the belief system is that the dollars will create the security. And that is not the way it ever works. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, the first initial question that comes out of that then is, if we're not using dollars to experience security, what's replacing the dollars? The alignment?
Yes. If you understand that the dollars aren't what creates the security, your abundance does not come from money. Your abundance comes from your capacity to connect into that spiritual wisdom of all that is. Your abundance comes in from your capacity to create. It's like our dear friend Abraham had once said something about people were concerned that Bill Gates had too many dollars, and he was taking the dollars away from everybody else, so they were going to try to close down the stream of his dollars because he was taking everybody else's money. And what Abraham said that is true is that when you, the statement was he's taking too big a piece of the pie. When you are in contact with somebody like Gates or Carnegie or some of the big movers and shakers that created money, if you take away their pie, their piece of the pie, they go make another pie because they know that not all of them, but some of them know that their ability to create is what creates the dollars flowing. A better example that you might understand is Wayne Dyer. He just creates because it feels good and then just laughs because the dollars keep coming in. The dollars that he used to be so worried about. And now just goes, wow, and there's more dollars to come in out of this creativity? Isn't this fun?
So we're really creating an alignment with the stream of abundance that exists because that's the essence of the universe.
Yes, and when you find yourself thinking that what you need to do is to create more money, and when you find yourself believing that the money is what is going to make you happy, you catch yourself and say, my abundance doesn't come from the money. My abundance comes from my alignment with spirit and the joy I feel in creating. And as long as I stay tuned in, tapped into that joy of creating, then I will always have a source from which to draw money as well as love and connection and beauty and wonder.
So can you put in your own words, because it seems like we're talking about an abundance consciousness, which is so much bigger than just financial abundance, which is only one aspect of the bigger picture of abundance. So in your words, can you describe abundance consciousness?
Abundance in consciousness. Okay, this is a challenge, but we're going to do it. Finding words, that's a challenge. Okay, so you're sitting there, and you've just read this book about abundance, and you're in the process of working with the mind, and the mind wants to go to dollars and say, if I had $1 million, then I would feel abundant. Then I would feel secure that the money was flowing. And you tell yourself, no, that's not where it comes from. If I could focus on the ability to create 1 million ideas that might bring financial remuneration, and then weed out the ones that don't feel good to the ones that I would love to do, and then begin to look at the number of places that I could do this and the number of people I could invite in to play this game of creation with me, and then move to that place where I start doing this and I start manifesting and I start creating, and notice how good it feels and how when I do this part of the task, it feels so much more juicy than that part of the task. And it creates in me the desire to think of even more ways to do this and to create and to manifest, and how delightful that is. And so in the process, I'm growing on each delightful feeling about each possibility to grow new ideas and new opportunities and new growth. And in that, I am manifesting multiple paths that could possibly bring financial remuneration. But my focus is not the financial remuneration, it's the joy of doing, with an idea about, well, how might that bring some money in too? But the focus is on the joy. The focus is on the beauty. And if I'm in a place where I'm feeling restricted and I'm feeling down and I'm feeling not okay, then what a person can do is go out into nature, go out into the abundance of all that is, and breathe in the beauty. And notice the number of leaves on the trees. And notice the number of flowers and the number of blades of grass in just a foot of grass. And notice how much there is out there. And notice the way the air moves. And look at the stars at night and the abundance there. And so let nature show you how beautiful and fantastic and productive it is just in the process of being with the beauty of creation. And if you really want to go to the minuscule, get a microscope and look at the amount of microbes in a drop of water. So you begin to expand your mind to the process of where abundance is ever present everywhere in the universe, and you're part of that. And when you tap into that, then the abundance of possibilities grows in you, and out of that abundance of possibilities is where eventually, if you market it and learn the rest of that, you can create financial sustenance. But either way, it's a win-win because you're having fun doing it just for the joy of doing it. Does that answer your question, my darling?
Yeah. And for people, if we're going to look, let's say, at the business aspect, because last time we talked a lot about commerce and how that's really the giving and exchanging of energy in our society is what's keeping things turning. When people are, what you're just talking about with the abundance consciousness, whether you own your own business or you're starting your own business or you're working within the structure of an existing business, you have the ability to tap into that abundance consciousness and expand those possibilities for yourself all the time.
Yes, because when you realize it's the ideas and the thinking and the potential growth and the fun of playing, instead of, I need more money to grow my business. No, you need more ideas, more connections, more joy, more vibrancy to grow your business. And out of that comes the money to grow it even bigger. Yes, yes, yes.